Excellent, right? How many people here really looked at the business card they accepted? You really looked? Okay, tell me the tagline on any one of the business cards without pulling them out now.
Windsor Worldwide.
Windsor Worldwide. Whose card is that? Excellent. What does he do?
He creates an app that connects people, and I'm thinking about it. I have another appointment in a couple of months with a gentleman, and these two would be perfect for each other.
See, cool. Cool. That's networking. The nice thing, and it's John, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
nice thing about John is if you haven't met John yet, you should meet John, connect with John. Because what John has is an app. John, quickly tell us, a few seconds, you got 30 seconds to give us your pitch.
We connect people prior to arriving at any destination or event in the world. That way they can socially network and have all the information. before
Well,
they
John's
arrive.
up after you, Steve, so
Yeah.
make him step
Okay, now, because now I get to pick on John, all right? And I will pick on John with the same way I will pick on any of you. Networking, how many people here belong to a networking group or organization? Go do something on a regular basis?
This one included?
Just a few, interesting, just a few. Why aren't the rest of you? You should all belong to a networking organization or group, always, right? I belong to a BBRN up in Roseville. The reason I belong is because there's 25 people there who get to know me, who now become my walking billboard. So if they run into any kind of a small business that needs any kind of a growth at all, they now say, oh, I got the best business coach for you, and I'll introduce you. I would like to have 25 walking billboards for that. Now, I'm going to pick on John. The one thing I will tell you is, most of the time when I come, I knew I was going to be the speaker here, so I made an exception tonight. Most of the time, especially, anybody here go to that networking after work? Okay? We go there, we tell them what we do. How many people have met people and they keep telling you what they do and they tell you what you do? You're like, oh my gosh, I'm not interested, thanks for telling me. Right? And what you should be doing is asking. Asking, asking, asking. When I ask people typically, I'll say, hey, what do you do? And he'll tell me. And then I'll ask the next question. There's probably 5 or 6 questions you should be asking. How long have you been doing it? Do you like doing it? How's business? There's only 1 or 2 answers, and nobody ever gives me the bottom answer. Business is always good or great. Right? Wow, that's good to know. So why are you here if it's really great? And they say, well, it could always be better. Great, I need to talk to you. Right? What's your greatest challenge when it comes to your business this year? If they tell you what their greatest challenge is, then my solution to that is, if I can't fix it, I say, wonderful. Would you like for me to be able to introduce you to somebody who could help you solve that problem? How many people would say no to that? That's right, none. If I could solve their problem, I go, would you like for me to help you solve that problem? And they're like, well, yeah, what do you do? I go, that's what we're going to sit down and talk about. When would be a good time to get together? Can I get your business card? And then I would write down exactly what I did. The purpose of your business card, and I will bet you right now, the purpose of your business card is not obvious on your business card. You with me? Because when I was a business coach, when I was just a business coach, my card said, hey, Steve Sapato, business coach. Hey, I'm great. How many other business coaches said that on their cards? Every single one, correct? How many of you could take somebody else's name and plug it into your business card? Somebody else's name, plug it in. Because you do not have a market-dominating proposition. If you haven't got one of my business cards, I'm going to encourage you to take one of my business cards when you come up here and get my book. And the reason for that is because my business card almost has nothing to do with Steve and everything to do with you. On the front, it says, would you like to double your income? How many people here would like to double their income in the next 12 months? Okay? So, now most people won't believe it. So I give you a link to a video that you can go watch that will help you grow your business, and it's free. How many people are going to go watch that video probably, if it's going to help you grow your business? On the back is another video. How many people here understand that if I can get you to my website, the odds of you connecting with me just grew exponentially? Everybody understand that? You should have a link, you should have a connectivity on every business card you give out. Because that's what's going to make us closer to one another. Understand that in networking, which is what we're doing, that networking is not just, hey, me saying hi to you. It's a matter of me helping you grow your business. Why are you here tonight? Somebody want to volunteer? Somebody volunteer. Come on, jump in. John.
Network.
And what's the purpose of networking for you?
Well, tonight, it's a little bit different, but in general, networking to see how I can help other people with their businesses.
How will John's app help us put business together? How will he help me? How do you think John's app could help me? Anybody?
Like connect you to people they don't know.
Connecting me with people I don't know, possibly. Because the next time I go someplace, if I get on wherever his app takes me, and I plug in that destination, somebody else plugs in that destination, now we do have a relationship when we show up, and that's the point of John. What a great idea. What a great idea. Can you do that with your app? Right? I couldn't. How many people here will recommend Steve Sapato as Sacramento's most influential business coach? You don't know him, right? You will have to go to my website. You will have to see if what I tell you is true. Check out my free videos and then get to know me. Take me to coffee. Let's find out. Because if I can help you double your business in the next 12 months, you should be getting with me. How soon?
Yesterday.
That's right. That's what I've been doing, right? And what I want you to understand is no matter what you do for a living?
I run a digital marketing agency.
I run a digital marketing agency. What does that mean?
I can give you the mission statement.
Okay, go ahead.
We help professional service companies and management consultants focus on what it is they like doing, love doing, instead of worrying about their next client, where it's going to come from.
What does that mean? Somebody break that down to English for me.
Yeah, they like helping people and connecting. It's all about connecting.
Well, but that doesn't tell me what he does, because he doesn't really connect. He's a digital media. He has to find out what he solves for me. And first name is? Alana. He has to find out what solves it for me. Right? So I was talking, now I don't know if you do SEO or not. I was talking with an SEO guy a few weeks ago. And he said, I do SEO. I said, what's that? He did the same thing. I went, what does that mean? Right? He tried to tell, I said, okay, let me see if I've got this straight. What you're telling me is, I will get more business if I'm ranked higher and can get on the front page of Google when they say Business Coach Sacramento. Right?
Exactly.
That's what he should be saying. So before he answers any question, he should say, what do you do, Steve? And I go, oh, I'm a business coach. He'd go, do you need more business? Yep. We all need, she's busy as heck. She's the hotel, right? She's with the hotel. And she's busy as heck. She still wants more business. And that's what we all want. So he should be saying, Steve, you want more business? Absolutely. Would you think you'd get more business if you were ranked on the front page of Google when they typed in Business Coach Sacramento? Probably. I can solve that problem for you. Don't give me that big long speech about what you do over here. Solve my problem. When you're getting into what you do, change your pitch. One of the things I do on my coaching thing is I have a wonderful website. I have a whole e-learning system, 52 weeks of e-learning and training that you can find in my system. And what I want you to understand is one of them is how to design your business card. One of them is how to design the perfect elevator pitch. The other one, I mean, tons and tons of them. What's your market dominating proposition? Market dominating proposition. If what you do is this, what makes you stand out above the guy I met last week who does the same thing? Do you have something? And if not, let's figure it out. Because you have to stand out. You guys know that now, don't you? You know that. That standing out is what's important. If you go, I'm in insurance, how do I stand out? Good question. How do you stand out? You'll have to figure that out. That's probably in my e-learning system. Because I've got hundreds of businesses involved in that. So what do you do that will make you stand out above everybody else in your industry? Because that's all we care about is your industry, right? What do you do?
I work for a staffing company.
Okay.
I'm a recruiter.
Your recruit
So I
for
definitely have to
staff?
do that in everything I do, because
Alright.
everybody I talks to recruiters.
All right. And what makes you stand out? Why should I go with your recruiting service over her recruiting service?
Yes, and those are all good questions. A lot of times you'll get, we're a family-owned company, so that's a lot of times what people go with. Instead, when I'm talking to folks, I'm talking about my specialty, the placements I've done over the last 2 years, and what I've done to increase those and get the profits raised of the companies, and the amount of,
Here, you know what I'm
long-term
hearing?
placements
You know,
that we're doing.
pardon my interruption, you know
Yeah.
what I'm hearing? Blah, 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 blah.
Right, the same thing everybody says.
Because that's what she'll be telling me. Truth, truth. Let's get back to the question, which is, let's leave it simple. Steve, what do you want? I go, I want to get hired. Steve, I can do that for you. Personal, I can do that for you. Excuse me. What do you do for a living?
Same thing with her.
Are you together?
Yeah.
Okay, you both the same company?
Yeah.
Okay, so now there's 3 of you. Anybody here need a job? Too bad they didn't show up tonight. When it was real interesting. I was at networking after work a couple, 3 months ago, and there's 150 people at those kind of things, and it costs you $20 to walk in the door. So I really like this. These guys have put on a really nice show here. And next time, are we gonna do this again?
I hope so.
Because you guys should be bringing people to these kind of events, right? Bring your friends, invite everybody you know. And what's cool about that is I was at the one network after work, I think it is. And as I went through, and I go through tons of people, because all I do is say, what do you do? How long have you been doing it? Do you like doing it? What's your greatest problem? And if I can solve their problem, I write it on the back of the card and I go to make an appointment. If I can't solve their problem, I want to introduce them to that person and I go, hey, thanks a lot, appreciate it, I'm off and up. Boom, that's my job, is to move around the room as fast as possible. I ran into somebody one night, and my wife is in healthcare, and he was talking about healthcare. I said, oh, so you're this, you're this? He goes, yeah, but my wife moved me out here. And so he was out of a job right now. He had been a CEO or a COO or something of a small healthcare facility. And it was really cool because as I'm talking to him, I went, oh, and so you're doing what? He said, I'm kind of looking for a job, looking for an opening. And you're at a networking event for that? Okay, never mind. Walked on. About 45 minutes later, I met a lady. I said, so what do you do? I said, what's your greatest challenge and why are you here tonight? She said, I'm looking for someone specific. I'm looking for someone who has management experience in the healthcare industry. I went,
Oh my
hold on. And I went through the crowd and I went, are you the guy who did this? And I must ask 5 guys because I don't have a great memory for faces. And finally I found him. I said, come with me. And right then connected him. Wow, you have that power. Every time you walk into a room to connect people, the purpose of networking is for me to get rich. Did you know that? No, that's not it. Purpose of networking is for me to help it. Wasn't Zig Ziglar who said, if you'll help enough people get what they want, you can't help them get what you want? That's my job. I hope it's yours. So if I can't solve your problem, I hopefully can introduce you to somebody who can solve your problem. So if we can find out what's your greatest challenge for 2017. I asked somebody the other day, what's your greatest challenge for 2017? And they went, me getting out of my own way. And when I can help you with that. Ask somebody else, what's your greatest problem, right, for 2017? And it was such an obscure answer that I had to clarify. Explain to me what that means. And my wife goes crazy because I'm always sending her stuff going, look what this person wrote to me. Right? What do you do for a living? Oh, I do this. I don't understand what that means. Tell me what that is. Well, I do this. And then they repeat it. I know that's what you said the first time. I don't understand how that could be of service to me. And then they try and write it for a 3rd time, and they still don't have any clarity to it. And I'll show it to her, and she's like, I know, honey. That's my wife, in case I didn't hear. So what I want you to understand is that the reason we're here tonight, the reason I give away books, the reason I give away videos, is so that not only will you get better, but then you'll go, hey, there's a really sharp business coach who gives the information away for free. For free. So I've got a webinar coming up. You want to grow your business exponentially? You should attend my webinar. Right? Again, free. Why do I give so much away free? Because when I give it away for free, I help a whole lot of people, and the people who really need my help will then ask me for it. What's our greatest challenge in our workplace today? Why do so many places, why do so many people fail? Why do so many businesses fail?
Disengagement.
Absolutely. Disengagement, which means we don't ask for help. We're embarrassed to ask for help. We shy away from asking for help. I worked with a guy 2 years ago, 3 years ago down in Tampa. He kept saying, yeah, business is pretty good, it's okay. He was a dry cleaner. He'd been in business for 18 years or 20 years or something, I forget what. And then one day I said, hey, we need to get together because I could really make a difference in your business. He goes, I know you could. I went, okay. And then he quit coming to the networking group I belong to. And I said, hey, where's Alonzo? And he went, oh, he won't be coming anymore. I said, how come? He goes, he sold his business. I went, no way. So I called him up. He says, oh, yeah, come on down to the shop. So I came down to the shop. He didn't really sell his business. He gave it away because he couldn't afford to keep it open after 20 years of being in the dry cleaning business. And in addition to that, he made a deal that he would continue to work at the shop for another 5 years, like almost for free. Jesus. I think he was making like $18,000 a year. But that's how desperate he had gotten. And if he had seen me a year earlier, 6 months earlier, I know we could have turned his business around. But all he had to do was say, Steve, I'm in trouble. Steve, I need help. And we're so programmed not to ask for help. So what I will encourage you guys to do is make sure you ask everybody else, hey, anything I can do for you? One of my taglines is, I'm Steve Sapato, the most famous, unfamous speaker in America and damn good business coach. Because I've been speaking for over 35 years. But what I also end all of my notes with is, how can I be of service to you? How may I help you grow your business? And do you know how many people respond with any kind of an answer? Wow, somebody says, how can I help you grow your business? I'm writing them back. How about you? Man, you could introduce me to somebody, you could do this. I had somebody on Facebook, a very well-known speaker, and said, hey Steve, let me know how I can help you. How about you put me on stage with you? And they went, we should work that out. Don't make promises unless you're going to keep them, right? They said, we should talk. Here's my phone number. Not another word, right? At least call me up and say, hey Steve, I appreciate it, right? Glad you connected. But they don't. I'm a person of my word. I expect people to be people of their word. And if we say, how can I help you? And we ask for help, at least be kind enough to say, I can't do it that way, because I understand, how could I bring somebody on if I said, hey, by the way, I'm going to be speaking for $5,000 next May. Can I bring somebody along and we pay them another $2,500? That'd be hard to do, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I might say, hey, you know what I can do? I can give you a few of my contacts so you can connect with them. Maybe that'll help you. Ooh, that'd help. How many people here would love to have 10 more contacts a month? That's right. Can you give them already? Can you give them right now? Can you give 10 more contacts to somebody tonight?
Depends what they're selling.
I didn't ask that question.
Yeah.
Notice I didn't qualify. I didn't qualify, you qualify. And there's one of our challenges. How do you know what 10 people will make a difference to this person or that person? How do you know?
You know,
No.
till you ask.
That's right. Until you ask. Hey, what kind of people are you looking for? What kind of people are you looking for? Right? I know 200 people here in Sacramento. I put them on my list. You guys are going to go on my list. You're going to get an email from me saying, it was nice to see you. And at the bottom it will say, how can I help you grow your business? And for goodness sakes, tell me, what if I actually know? Anybody wants a book, you're welcome to come up and get one. Anybody wants a business card, come up and get one. Anybody wants a webinar thing, come up and get one. Any questions for me?
Rick, did you set this up? Yeah, Steve asked me if, how he could help. Right. So like I said, I've never done this before, I'll take whatever you're willing to glean to me, so.
Did you tell him that was our motto? That was
Well,
our
we
reason
had
for
lunch, and I told him that our methodology was to connect people to help fulfill needs,
Pay it forward.
and that it's
Find out
all
what
about
they
delayed
need.
gratification,
Beautiful.
and that if you're of that mindset, then please come in and join the group.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
What is your ideal customer? Small business, medium, mom and pop?
My ideal customer is a small business.
Okay.
Okay, a small business who wants to increase their business. When I say double your income, the last 5 clients I sat down with were doing about $100,000, and I mean, their business was larger than that, their income was about $100,000. And I sat down and showed them how they could double their income in the next 12 months, right? Now, did I coach them into that? Not all of them. A few wanted to be coached. The rest said, thank you very much, have a great day. Good, right? If I gave you one piece of information that changes your business, on the back of this it says, everything you've ever learned about generating leads and growing your business is wrong. Now, if you don't believe it, spend an hour, and it is an hour-long video, and watch your mind go, oh man, that's really true. When you watch it, you'll go, wow, I didn't understand that, but now I do. It's such simple progress, such simple innovations, that you will change how you do business.
So here's the challenge. We put this out 3 months ago. We kept teasing it coming through for this tonight. We have 720 members in this group. We had 1,500 views of this establishment. And we have 20 people here tonight. So that's the challenge we face every day that we're out there trying to bring business to ourselves or to others. It's apathy everywhere you turn.
That's right.
And, you know, we are a key amongst ourselves if we choose to be, to help others and have that delayed gratification. Business is like college. It's delayed gratification. And that's our methodology for trying to do this group. We've been at it a year and a month. And we pulled 20 people. You know, one works here and one came with another. You know, so but it all works, right? And if you keep hammering away at it. So now I've had a couple of questions tonight. Will we do this again? Well, yes. Are we going to do it monthly, quarterly, semi-annually? I can't answer that. That's up to the group. If you all start getting a hold of me and saying, hey, I kind of had a good time, Steve added value, John added value, then we'll do it more often. Because there's a lot of people out there in our LinkedIn world that would be happy to come talk about themselves. But will they talk about what will help us, help them, help us?
Again, one of the challenges we face, I think, for any of us is, do we trust each other enough to grow our own business? And that sounds like a funny thing to say, but why aren't more people here? Because networking is the best way to meet people face to face, to get to know them, so that you say, hey, I kind of like that guy. Or, you know what, I don't like that guy at all. And so you don't want to do business with them. Right? But if we like each other, if we get to know each other, and then we see each other next month, right? And say, hey, good to see you. Hey, nice to see you. And 2 months in a row, I might even remember your name. But the important part is, how do we connect to each other? When there's 20 of us out of, what'd you say, 750, 1,500 views?
720 in the group and 1,500 views.
I had somebody, I had a Facebook group out there. I teach professional speaking. And I put a Facebook group out there for professional speaking. And there's another professional speaking group that meets in Roseville. They've been meeting for about 15, 18 years. And they have 50-some people who attend at $15 a pop every month that they put something on. But they've been out there 18 years. I folded up my group after the first group get-together. So I had 10 people sign up for public speaking lessons. We put them through 3.5 months worth of training. They still are in touch with me and very happy with what they received. But the next groups, I couldn't get connected to. It was like, I want public speaking, but I don't want to commit to taking that much time to be a good speaker. Wow. I taught college speaking, and I would teach people for a quarter, a semester, right? And what we find in today's world is people don't want to commit to something for some reason. It's like, I might go and I might not. I might feel like it and I might. Do you want to grow your business? Go when you don't feel like it. You want things to happen big? Go when you don't feel like it. Do when you don't feel like it. I guarantee you, there will be days when she doesn't feel like coming to work. She gets paid to come to work. You don't get paid to come to work, do you? You get paid for results. That's the one thing I know about these kind of groups. We get paid for our results, not for showing up. Hey, I showed up. Hey, you paid me. I take a nap. I work with people who take naps, right? Because they get paid hourly, and they just nod off. There they go. Go hide in the corner. You and I don't get to do that. When we show up, we have to be game on. And game on means learning all the new tricks, all the new nuances. right? Meeting people who have new ideas. Getting to know these wonderful things. And these guys, the fact that they've been doing this a year, well, you should thank them profusely. Bring 1 or 2 people, I don't care if you gotta drag them by their hair next time. Bring them to the next event. So the next time we have 30 people. And the next time we have 50 people. And when we have 50, then people will be knocking down the doors to come. Do you know that? Because then they will say, I might be able to meet the person that will help me. Because that's what most people want, help me. I want you guys to be my client. Come and spend your money with me. Well, we do. But the truth is, I have to help you first. Prove your worth to all of your clients, right? I'm going to prove myself to these guys now. I'm so happy that they invited me. This is cool. And we share that one philosophy, which it seems like everybody here shares, which is, let's help everybody else.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.